Previously, we installed tile in the shower surround. In this installation, we will now connect the shower surround installation to the vertical wainscot wall. Because we planned for this connection, we will need to match the grout line from the shower to the wainscot wall. To finish off this part of the installation, we will cap the tiles with a border tile. Determine how high you want your wainscot wall and mark using your carpenter pencil. Remove any loose or poorly bonded paint and coatings from the wall, leaving only exposed sheetrock. Clean your wall and mount a 1x2 or 1x3 wooden batten just below the mid-height line. This batten can be a simple strip of wood that will keep your first row of tiles straight, which will keep the rest of the wall tiles straight as well. Use of this batten will not only align symmetrical grout joints from shower to wall, but keep the tiles from slipping while they set. Once you have secured your batten, measure the length of your wall and divide by the size of your tiles. The resulting number is the quantity of tiles you will need to create one row of tiles. The distance between your last full tile and the wall is the size of the cut tile you will need. Remember, you will be using 1/16 spacers in this installation, so do not cut your tiles until you are ready to set them. Using cool water and a clean bucket, mix your mortar with a paddle mixer on a protected surface. Be sure to wear your safety glasses and gloves. Refer to the mortar manufacturer's instructions and use a recommended square-notched trowel to apply mortar along the top of the batten, and use the trowel's flat side to push the mortar onto the surface and then comb it into straight horizontal ridges. Install the first few full tiles in place above the batten. Use a slight twisting motion to be sure each tile makes good contact with the mortar. Do not slide the tiles. Using a level, check your tiles to confirm that the surface is even. Remove excess mortar as needed to clean grout joints or make the tile surface flat. Periodically, remove a tile and check coverage. You should have at least 80 to 85% of the tile back covered with mortar. If the coverage is less, you will need to add more mortar or use a trowel with larger notches. Work upward and outward in a stair-step pattern. Take your time and work on the wall in manageable sections. Wait until the end to set any tile that must be cut. If any mortar oozes up between the lines, clean it out before it dries. Finish by placing the row of cap tiles along the top of the tile barrier. Let the mortar cure for at least 12 hours and remove the batten. Once the batten is removed, set the final row of tiles to fit along the floor installation. Before you start the grout installation, take time to inspect the grout joints of your tiles and remove any excess mortar from joints using a razor blade or putty knife. Be careful not to chip tiles or injure yourself in this process. Mix your epoxy grout. Refer to the tips and techniques for mixing NA 4500 epoxy grout. Apply the grout to the wall using a grout float. Take your time and apply the grout in small amounts, moving diagonally across the tiles. Thoroughly fill the grout joints until they are void-free. Take the white scrub pad from the grout kit, dip it into clean water, and begin removing excess grout. Once the excess grout has been loosened with the scrub pad, wipe the tiles in a diagonal direction with a damp sponge. Avoid digging into the grout joints. Rinse the sponge frequently in clean water. If necessary, remove any remaining haze with a solution of soap and water. Clean with the white scrub pad and sponge, repeating the same cleaning process.